And welcome to Enmity Podcasting. We are brought to you by Ultra Sabers, as you see Ignitia throwing his lightsaber around, and they're behind. Oh, and behind me, but mine's not turned on. I'm that guy tonight. Anyways, your hosts tonight are Ignitia, our resident tryhard, Talons, our resident hippie, and Big, the man with not only the plan, but lots of money to back it all up, and me. And I think I said and multiple times there, which is not really correct grammar at all. Please call me out on it. Raging Rondo, or Rondo for fun. Tonight, we are dubbing this episode the We're Not Going to Talk About GSF Night, okay? It's not going to happen. Too many people. It's been all over Reddit. I know you guys are sick and tired of it, so we're just not gonna do it.
I'm not.
Well, you're weird. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. So look, I'm pointing at him. I'm getting it down. There it is. He just got pointed at. That guy, is not done with it. But I am. And so is Big. And Ignitia didn't have a say. So we are just gonna go on. We're gonna call this the Reddit News Night and 2.4.3 discussion with the no GSF discussion night. Is that long enough? Does that work, guys?
That works for me.
Okay.
I think it needs to be longer.
We don't go for, you know, the best names here, but when we come up with a name, it's obnoxious and it'll make you think.
Well, it's obnoxious anyway.
All right. Well, speaking of obnoxious, let's kick it off with our Reddit news. And I'm going to call this new Tauntaun not only Ignitia's fault, but the ugliest damn thing I've seen in my entire life. Have you
I
guys
think
seen
it
this
was
new
your fault.
Tauntaun yet?
I
They
blame.
must have been listening to our podcast. It's Darth Santa's Tauntaun. I mean,
That's
come
what I'm
on.
saying. It is Darth Santa. Eric, I'm going to need royalties on this, buddy. Okay. This is Darth Santa's Tauntaun. Like, what do you guys think? Could we have got, like, what was it last year? A sled that blew out what looked like either smoke or some snow or something.
It was a snowblower. It was a snowmobile, you know.
So what I think we need to
It was
do this year is Ignitia needs to get on his, because he'll buy one, his Tauntaun in front of my snowmobile, and we'll like ride around throwing hot balls at people instead of presents.
We can put him on slash follow and have him just, pull us around like we're on a sleigh.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That would be fun. Like let's do it. And or instead of maybe that, what are those like graffiti thing? Not graffiti. What do you call that stuff? It like flows down and everybody hates it because they got to pick it up.
Oh, the tinsel confetti type stuff.
Confetti, not graffiti. I was born in the ghetto or something like the.
What, Ignitia, why did your camera just zoom in? We don't want to see you any closer up.
He lives in Star Wars, but he still can't figure out technology. Okay, so.
Just zooming up
Well,
on his awesome shirt.
now
I
you're
think,
only in part of the frame, so that's actually better.
Yeah.
Oh no! Get it away.
I've got my cool Star Wars shirt on tonight for anybody who's watching. It's Darth Vader and Luke fighting. I feel pretty cool.
Die.
Yeah,
Super
I'm nerded
nerdy.
out. Nerded out.
Nerdtastic.
This guy.
Okay, so back to the
That guy.
Tauntauns. Is
That
this what you were looking for, Ignitia?
No.
as far as holiday events goes.
Yeah. Is this what you were looking for, holiday events? And his answer was no. So, BioWare, he gave you props last week, but this week, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it this week.
I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm gonna start up saying I'm angry. It's my event, man. That's all I wanted. It's like
Can I
Christmas
say something though?
event.
Straight up. Oh wow, I said straight up. Anyways. Is it not just the stores anymore that are bypassing Christmas? I mean Thanksgiving? Does Star Wars have to bypass Thanksgiving also? Like, what is this? It's
Uh, Well, that information
What, do
came
you want a
from the
turkey?
public, from the
They should
test
have came out
server,
with a turkey mount first.
why not?
so it's not released yet.
Okay, you're telling me that in the next 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, we're gonna get a turkey mount? Hey, well, we might now if they're listening. Darth Santa might come
Well,
through early for us.
Darth Santa might actually also consider that campfire from the last cartel pack to be your Thanksgiving item. There you go.
Is that what you're going with? Because I'm gonna. What is it? I thought it was a hot
No.
dog though. Who has a hot dog on frickin' like what is it? Like I didn't even think Star
Right,
Wars had hot dogs. Is that what's on it?
no, it's a
What's on
Carillion bratwurst.
it?
Okay,
He did.
deal with it.
He said it. He said it. All right. No, so no. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, as they say, man. Like we're skipping Thanksgiving even in Star Wars, really?
Wouldn't it be turkey and potatoes? So
Oh my
Well, I
But
can
what are they
understand.
supposed to do?
I've been,
Again, you
I've
can't really have a
been.
turkey mount.
throw like 40 freaking alien turkeys on the ship and make everybody chase after him on my dewback. I might add. That's right, on my dewback because I got one. What's up?
Just have a plucked Varactyl.
Yeah, why not?
Pluck for Actyl, that sounds good. But wouldn't that be considered a Zeldrate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God, you guys are nerds. I thought I was bad, but he just came up with like what it could be in the universe. Like I'm proud of you right now. Like I feel like we should be knighted with light. Wait, you can't really knight people with lightsabers. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, you can.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, but if you're a Jedi, you can do it.
Yeah, Yoda did it to everybody. Same thing with Sidious. Knights you with a lightsaber.
I've
Hey,
never seen Yoda
Daddy.
knight anybody with a lightsaber.
Clone Wars,
Is this
bitch.
some fan fiction
Yeah,
stuff?
that's true. And then they chop the little braid, your little Padawan braid. They slice it off
Is
in
that
one
true?
one swoop as they dub
Yep.
you. Yeah, it is actually.
I'm baffled that we know this. Or I didn't know it. I should have known
Because,
it.
well, I watch Clone Wars, dude. And I think that, like, Clone Wars is the most awesome thing that ever happened to Star Wars since Star Wars.
Agreed.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
Agreed.
So okay, well, like off the SWOTOR subject real quick, are you guys gonna be watching Rebels then?
I'll definitely.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Maybe we'll have to do like just a whole podcast on Rebels. Like we could be the oldest people doing podcast on Rebels.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to
We're
be
watching a
targeting.
Disney Channel.
Seems like they're going to be targeting the Rebels more for the mature audience, the regular Star Wars fans. Where the Clone Wars was kind of a mix. It was kind of aimed more towards kids, but had a lot of the lore in there that the kids wouldn't have kind of understood. So, I'm hoping that they go all the way on this one and just take out all the kid stuff and hopefully no Jar Jar Binks.
So let's bring that back into Star Wars: The Old Republic real quick. I have to say that because that lightsaber, they never explained where it came from. The sort of katana looking one, that black lightsaber that the dude had. I'm so bad. The Mandalorian leader or the Mandalorian rebel leader, he had it.
Oh
I'd like to
yeah.
see that
I
in
forget his name.
SWOTOR because they
It
all
was
they
like
said is
a
it came out of the Jedi archive, right, or the Jedi vault. Why couldn't that be something that was from this era?
right. Yeah, it was like a dark matter blade or something.
Yeah, dude, that thing was cool. Black on
Yeah, it
black
was awesome.
freaking lightsabers would be. I mean, I think they're coming. I mean, they gave us what, yellow and blue this week, uh, which actually is. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to say it's kind of cool looking. I have a couple of them.
I would
Yeah, I got
kind of
a power one and an endurance one. They actually
Yeah,
do look pretty cool.
yeah, I like them.
what I
Cool.
what I kind of like to see is something that was happened when the game went live initially was actual like named weapons again. Like you had Darth Sion's lightsaber and all that stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
I think they
And
need to
just to
save
see
that
if
for
you
the
can,
legendary stuff, though. Don't you?
yeah,
Like build
I
the
agree, but
lightsaber.
But like in this case, like say like the Dreadmasters deal is the last of what this story arc was. You could have actually had some named weapons go with it compared to the rest of it, and then move on to the next story arc and do it at the end of that one. I think that would work.
Who knows? Maybe they're saving it
Actually,
for
the
like
Dark Saber,
Revan.
real quick.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what's up?
That actually Dark. I'll say the Dark Saber actually came out around the time frame of around the Galactic Republic. So yeah, it definitely could be this time frame. So it's something that's not far-fetched that we could see.
I'd like to see it.
But they have to do the blade right. You know how it kind of got like, uh, it was more like a saber or a sword where it got bigger at the end and it had that blade look. It wasn't the round
Yeah, it was Blade
lightsaber
looking.
look.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd like to
Yeah,
see them do that. I think it would be really. I think that it's something that would be different. All right, back
for
to
sure.
Reddit news. After that rant, gosh, guys, stay on subject. We are looking at getting the Raccool event back. Everybody rejoice.
Uh-oh, comes the plague.
Right? Does anybody still have the Raccool like DNAs just chilling
Oh
somewhere?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
How
I
many do you
got
I
some
got
in
have?
my.
50.
Uh,
I got
65.
50 of them.
Yeah, is it bad that I had enough to get my weapon, but I didn't get it because I was like, I'll get it for tomorrow, and then I couldn't log on. So I've been like sitting on it for what? Are we talking like a year at least now?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say over.
Whoa, over a year, right? I mean, wouldn't you say that was the first? That was the first one.
Yeah, it was the first event. I'd say that was like in what February of. So it might be going on a year and a half, close to 2 years, I think.
Yeah,
Because that was shortly after launch. I mean,
yeah, it was. Because when everybody was like, there's nothing to do, and so they came out with that, and everybody sort of rejoiced for a while. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I
oh
never
yeah, that
got my
was awesome.
weapon. I got my mask. I got all the stuff that went with it. I got these stupid things that make my guys look like they are infected. But I never got my or my companions. I got the ones that, they kind of make your companions have the funky eyes and they look
Yeah,
like they're zombies and whatnot.
yeah, that's I I grinded for a bunch of those boxes and I got a bunch of them on the Republic faction, but I never got any on the Imperial side. So I'm hoping they'll be bringing those ones back as well.
You think it took them so long to get it to us because they were waiting on this whole what do they call it? The whole system where you can make them like you, like these events.
The reputation.
The rep.
I don't know.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
How do
part
you
of it
make
was based on the
Ragul like
lore.
you?
It's the people getting rid of the Raccool's talons. Gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I
part
want
of
a
the
Ragul to
lore
like me.
was, the ship came down and crashed. It released the plague, and the plague was, eradicated essentially. So there's going to have to be some sort of lore where they can't just redo the event like degree event or something like that. It's got to be a new. I mean, I would have been fine, honestly, them just bringing it back again and saying, "Oh, look, another ship crashed. Let's just do it
Right?
again." I mean, I don't really care about too much about the lore.
Whoa. That's all this
I
is,
just want to go
man.
to.
Everything in this game is lore. You can't say you don't care about the lore.
Well, I don't care about the nitty gritty details. I mean, I think everyone had a blast just going out and infecting each other. I used to love going around to the low level planets where, they might not even know about the event and starting the infection there.
Yeah. No, no, I think it's a good idea. I think they should do that, and then they should land it on the fleet so the fleet can crash land somewhere so it's not up in the space anymore.
No, I agree. Fleets need to be destroyed. Like,
With Rackhools.
just blow
If
them
you're
up.
gonna do it right.
Blow those things up. Make us go to like Dromancos and Coruscant and freaking let's start duking it out for once with actual like city type raids.
Anything else Reddit news worthy at the moment? Okay, well, I mean, actually, we haven't even gone into it, and we have all of the new. Um, have you guys seen the new look yet that they're coming out with the Rat Cool event?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It looks like the old operator sets, the ones with the glowy eyes, and then what they did is they added the mask from the original Rat Cool event onto it. I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
And it's like it's got a breather on the back of the set now too. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, reskinned, reskinned." Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? Raccoons land. Throw a breather on your freaking on your already outfit you're wearing and get the hell out there. On your armor and get out there. Not gonna like, well, let's go and create something brand new to do this real quick.
Just
I
a
mean,
full biohazard suit.
it just kind of looks, I mean, a bit like the Gree stuff reskinned a little bit with green instead of blue. I don't know. It's the same type of mask that this operative's been wearing for quite some time. So, I mean, I guess giving that look to other classes isn't a bad thing. But like I said, it just kind of looks more like a reskin of the Gree type of gear.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it already had the
Yeah,
glowy stuff for it though, so I like it though.
They're really going with all the light up and glowy stuff. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence still about it. Some of the stuff I like, some of it, I mean, it just seems to be a constant theme lately.
I think I have to agree that I'm not as into it as I was when it originally came out, for the sheer fact that I don't remember seeing lots of glowy armor in the lore. A lot of the time it was ragtag stuff, it was tore up. That's why I liked a lot of the
Right.
old helmets that had a lot of the dents in it. And you try to recolor it or match color, and you're like, holy crap, that thing's dented to heck.
For the lore, I mean, for like maybe bounty hunters, troopers, I could kind of see that fit. With the extra electronics or whatever you want to call them on the gear and the outfit. But yeah, for a Jedi or a Sith, I don't really see it kind of going along with the lore aspect of it.
Well, what about doing something like different, like in other games? Which it sucks I have to talk about this again, but like a warlock set would sprout wings every now and then, right? And it would look really cool. Like, what if I'm running around in my bounty hunter set, and all of a sudden uh, my rocket launcher like backfires or something? It's like,
Your
or
jetpack
my jetpack, yeah, like
malfunctions
backfires and is
like right, like Jango Fett, and
yeah.
and you kind of go spiraling off into the fleet,
Well, I mean, you don't have to spiral, but what if it just like exploded, or not exploded, but it was just like, you know,
sparking or something, or like
because
malfunction. Yeah,
I think that might be cool.
yeah. Well, no, I agree. It's Star Wars lore has always been about. It's like if the future was made of secondhand parts, you know. Even
Right.
it's true. Everything, you know, it's like look Millennium Falcon, even the battle cruisers and stuff, they're not quite finished, or at least they have that kind of unfinished look where, well, I mean, again, what's the point of making a shiny little shell for, something? So they kind of
Yeah.
have the, rigid parts, showing and it's just kind of, even Boba Fett was one of the top bounty hunters in the galaxy, and he still had, his hand-me-down armor with all dented up and paint's chipped off of it and stuff. So
Oh no, Boba Fett is wearing that into 50 years after the movies, or like no, I think it was like 35 years after the movies, where
right.
if you're nerdy enough and you read the books, he still won't give it up because it's his father's armor, you know.
Well, it's Django. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, I guess that's true in his case. It's more of a sentimental
Yeah.
uh, thing for him.
Well,
But
and also not just in the Old Republic, but in Star Wars in general, a lot of the lore is based around technology that the current generation of Star Wars, people don't know how to make. It's always based on, the Rakata race or the Gree, them finding older technologies they don't necessarily know how to make themselves. Even the Death Star, I think I was going back to the books on that one. They actually had got those plans from someone else. It wasn't the actual emperor had designed and came up with the idea of the Death Star. They had found those schematics that someone else had already made, and then decided, hey, this is kind of cool. We should build one.
I think like yeah, like the Corellian.
right.
If you think about like the Corellian center point station, it's a station. I don't know if you haven't read the books, I'll just talk about it real quick. It's this station that was used to bring all of these um, planets together in the Corellian or whatever like area in space.
Star system.
Yeah, because they were fruitful planets. They had a lot of good stuff, and that's why they became so powerful because all these really fruitful planets were together, and that's something they have no idea even how to use. They don't even know how to remake it. They it's one of a kind, and it's left by some ancient race. So yeah, I would say that not everything has to be beautiful in this, or not everything has to be new. And I think that that
Right.
adds a little bit to the armor, or to the ship.
Yeah, I mean, you lose again. It was one of the mistakes of the newer, the episode 1, 2, and 3 was that it was just too modern, too shiny. They could have made a modern movie, but just kind of throwing some mud on everything.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Like that yellow ship was supposed to be so cool in episode 1, the one that Anakin gets into, And I'm like, that is the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Who would fight in that? Not even Alderanians would fight in that. Is that what you call them? People from Alderaan, Alderanians. I just made that up. We'll go with it.
Sounds good.
Like,
All, all the Ronites.
even as political as they are, they I don't see them fighting in something. I think it was supposed to be like what this like an X-wing. Like, ooh, look at this, and I just didn't buy it.
Right. And even in like the Clone Wars, they have like, you can kind of see Anakin's design going into like the um, TIE fighter, where you get the little wing action going on, but they were still too sleek and modern. It was like, he went backwards and then created the TIE fighter. And it's like,
Well, here's a good question. They're still
just didn't
using
work.
X-wings 35 years after the or fourth movie. So why didn't we have X-wings in, in episode 1?
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta think that the Rebel Alliance would have to just kind of buy what they could get their hands. Again, hand me down spaceships, so they're probably buying, stuff from people that just weren't used anymore. Old war relics, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So let's
No,
hope. Oh,
in all
sorry.
honesty, you don't really even see an X-wing until like episode 3, though. I'm just putting it out
4, you mean, right?
Right.
there. 3. During the battle above Coruscant, you actually start seeing like remnants of what an X-wing starting to become. The you
I
know
don't remember that.
freaking four wings spreading and all that stuff. Yeah, take a look,
Yeah.
watch it again.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
But again, they're nicer and sleek. I don't know. It just whenever you go back and do prequels, you gotta, I think, be careful not to make it, look newer than
So
the sequel.
does BioWare then need to be careful about making these armors look too amazing?
Well, I think they're doing it in a way that works, but again, yeah, I think that it's just some of it's a little too techy, and you get kind of, you know, Tron lore instead of Star Wars lore, and
Mm-hmm.
you get, but again, and they're making it work. The Cold Gree, I know we already mentioned this, but into play, and then it's ancient technology that's way beyond anything that people have at this point.
Well, they've been doing things, I think, from the start that is like people brought up even in Reddit this week, the TARDISes, or the police boxes that are blue that look strikingly similar to Doctor Who's TARDIS, right? And the Tron armor that we got with the Gree. Um, I would say that's a running theme of theirs, that to do these sort of things.
Just to get the whole nerd genre. They're like the Catholic Church, just come one, come all,
Oh, whoa.
everyone join us.
He just did it. He went there. He went there.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're a pagan, it's
If
fine.
you're
Come on,
offended,
you can still
Talon's phone
celebrate.
number
You can
is
still
one two
celebrate with
three
us.
four 666. All right.
Oh, it always starts with 555.
Why did I look at
It's
my
five five five
why did I look at my arm like I was like
because you have the mark of the beast written on your arm because you're the
like
devil.
I'm not looking at my watch.
It's tattooed on your arm.
The mark of the beast. Dude, me and Ignitia were bad this week. We didn't charge our lightsabers.
Speaking of Mark the Beast. Oh, yeah. Well, I could tell Ignatius in the dark there. He needs some. It's kind of creeping me out. I think. Let me see your hands, Ignatius. Let me see. Oh, okay, there's light again.
Battle of the Beards this week. Have you seen like the top? This total battle of the beards going on with me and Ignitia.
No
What?
Shave November.
No shot. All right. So, any other Reddit news for the week?
Actually, this is not particularly on Reddit. This is something I actually experienced the other day. Um, certain things that I've noticed that were, if you want to call it the bug report, if you want to say that. Um, one is actually from Reddit, and the other one is from personal experience. Is the issue with the arenas right now in PvP in general, uh, rolling with Power Tech and Vanguards, is the fact that they, as of right now, they are able to be popping a guard on any target while being not in the tank cylinder as of right now. Uh, that was a big one I experienced, was a guy who was in combustible gas cylinder in the pyro tree and was able to pop a guard on a Sork during a arena, and that was actually kind of weird, and didn't think that was possible at the time. And the other one would be the fact that every time somebody's popping an arena, somebody's bugged out. Like I've heard people who popped into an arena already dead. Another one was where they couldn't even use any of their abilities whatsoever because they were all blacked out. There's some bug issues that need to be remedied right now in PvP. That's the most notable ones that I've seen that need to be brought up.
Rondo, I'm trying to listen to Ignatius. This is very entertaining. You're being very distracting over
I'm
here.
so sorry.
That's very rude and inconsiderate.
No, no, it's P. No, I was into it too. I had to grab my thing, and then I realized that the camera was on me, and I'm like, I just look like this weird guy getting my soda, so I might as well just make it absolutely as goofy as possible. I'm sorry,
Well,
Ignitia.
congratulations.
Please
It's a
continue
success.
and forgive me my
I
faults.
think he was done.
Can you
Well,
repeat what he
I'll
said?
just
I
say it
forgot.
all
I
over.
wasn't listening.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
I'll
no, okay,
repeat
no,
it
no,
again.
no. I was listening, and so was everybody
You
else.
can.
The arenas are there's issues with the arenas and and then you were talking about the combustible gas cylinder and still being able to guard people. Is this something that you've ran into multiple times?
Yes, I've had it happen to me in an arena. Even had it happen to me in a Void Star. It's, I don't know how the bug works. I don't know if it's somebody who's possibly, exploiting a bug or maybe using a hack, which I doubt is happening. But in that case, it's just, you know, if you're in a spec that does not allow you to use guard or a stance that does not allow you to use guard, then you should not be using guard whatsoever. I mean, I
Have you
tested it on
gotten
my
onto
Juggernaut to see
something?
if,
Oh, so you did test it.
yeah, I've tested it on my Juggernaut and my Vanguard. And my Vanguard, I couldn't figure it out, so I don't know if it's like you have to be like in tank spec and then like as soon as the Q pops, redo your
You
spec
can't
and
though.
then,
They have a safety mechanism for that. In fact, if you're even queued for a PvP, you can't change spec.
well,
So
all I'm
that's
saying,
weird.
yeah,
I'm curious of how
He's
they.
not the only one who's seen it too, because we have a couple other people within our guild that have reported combustible gas cylinder being on, and they are guarding somebody. So he's not the
yep,
only one who's seen it.
So is so it's just not the crazy rants of Ignitia.
No, he's not
no,
That's good.
paranoid on this
That's good
one.
to know.
And so I think one of the things is like even if we did know how to redo it, we couldn't say it because that's the rules. So it's just something that
All
we've
right.
ran across, and if anybody else has too, and uh, you guys know how to make it like fix it, maybe if you heal them hard, it'll drop off them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it, Rondo.
I don't.
Just heal
Shut up. What if
heal
you
the other
hit the
guy
person that they're
really hard.
guarding really hard? Maybe it'll jump
He might
start
die
it. Oh,
because he's
okay.
guarding. Well, I yes, overload followed by a whatever shock in that order does it.
It might. Like you
It's
never know.
up, down, left, right, A B start.
Well, I mean,
Select start.
you don't have to be
Select start.
facetious about it,
So
Talon.
select start,
We're just
select
coming up with
start at the same time.
ideas.
Well,
Select start's only if you wanted to cheat for 2 players. Just so you know.
oh yeah,
I don't
see.
like you guys anymore.
Thanks, Big, for backing me up on some old school technique.
It was Contra cheat code, alright? Just for anyone that didn't know. How to get extra 30 lives in Contra. It's up, down, left, right, BA start. Your tip of the
You
week.
heard it here last.
No, I know
Because
that.
that's like 20 years old. So it's more than that. You heard it here last,
Yeah.
people, you know.
No, actually, it's probably about 20 years old.
Alright, and
Maybe
I did have actually
22.
one more Reddit story
Wow,
here
way to
for you.
make us feel old as hell there, Big. You are just amazing, buddy. You're a great guy. Appreciate it.
I remember when
Just so you
that
know, I'm
game
the
came
only.
out. So let's move on.
I think we all do.
All right, here's our last Reddit story of the week. It's a confessional. A
Ooh.
guy was going through his credit card
Not
records
that,
and
not that
discovered
kind.
that, yeah, not that kind.
Mm.
Guy was going through his bank account and realized that he had spent almost $1,100 on cartel coins this year. So he
Was it Dark Child?
it could be.
Holy heck. I've always just joked about it.
No, people
There
are
are
actually
people
doing it.
out
And,
there?
he just gave a quick example of other things he could have done. He could have bought, a whole new rig to play Star Wars. Could have paid a month of bills. Could have got himself a 65-inch,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
LCD
whoa. He's doing
TV.
something wrong if that's a month of bills. That's a lot of money. Like, don't run your heater, dude.
Well,
Maybe
rent.
included rent. Maybe rent, yeah, included.
Or he could have got 500 bacon McDoubles as well for that cost. So,
No.
the
Oh, wait,
question
how
is,
much did he spend? 1100?
I would have rather the cartel
1100.
coins than the bacon.
He could have paid
But yeah,
6 years
that's
of
ridiculous.
Star Wars The Old Republic with that.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't have had a bunch of useless crap. I mean, awesome stuff that he would have been so happy
But hear
with.
me out. So we've talked about this in the past that we're the ones that are funding this game right now, and that's proof of it. He basically made up for 6 people last year.
Yeah. No, it's true because I mean, even if you take the free to play player, I mean, look at what they're buying. Unless again they're going in the cartel market and buying a bunch of stuff, which they're probably not because otherwise they just subscribe at that point if they're blowing more than $15
Yeah.
a month. So they're probably just buying the unlocks, say your cargo unlocks and your the security probe or the medical probe. So and those are cheap. So yeah, I mean it's definitely
Yeah,
subscribers buying like the
bought
hyper
that
packs.
he basically bought that $49.99 pack 22 times.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, and I mean, and you know what? It's not hard. I caught myself on the
It's
first day. I did it like 3 times, and I was like, "Holy crap! That's like 120. That's more. That's that's a lot of
Well, yeah,
money."
because this user didn't even know that. He basically,
Oh,
he
he
went and looked at
knew.
his records and could no, he couldn't believe it until he actually looked at the ledger and realized, oh crap, I did spend. Because it's not just dropping a grand in 1 month. It's okay. This new pack's coming out, so I'm gonna buy a crate here. Oh, I want to get this unlocked right for my legacy wide, so I'm gonna pony up a little extra cartel coins. So I mean, but should he feel bad about it if he's enjoyed himself playing this game instead of going out and gambling or going to a bar drinking or going to the movies, which could equal that
Buying
much up in
multiple
entertainment value.
hookers. Oh, sorry. I'm just
Well, yeah.
saying. No, no, okay, so should he be happy with himself?
Well, that too.
No.
But after a year
No,
or
he
so, I
should
mean,
not
you're
be happy
basically
with
left with
himself.
something that you.
I don't believe he should
no.
be.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm whatever about it.
You're whatever about it because let's look at your bank statement, buddy. Are you the one Did you put that up on Reddit, Ignitia? No, because his would be
No,
like
I did not.
1,500.
But at the same
Right.
time, I'm not that guy. Not
Well,
that
see,
So
hardcore.
Maisa
look,
in the chat says worth it.
because I mean, think about it. If you buy one Starbucks coffee a day, you're basically equaling this guy what he spent on cartel coins. So instead of drinking himself a Starbucks, he just bought himself cartel coins. So I mean, it's not
But what if he
insane.
bought
Again, it's
Starbucks
over a
also?
year.
Well, I mean, the point is, it's an expense that if you're being entertained. Again, we've had this conversation before, but if it's entertaining you and you're happy with what you're, spending your money on, then it's the same. Just stop drinking your one Starbucks a day and then buy cartel coins, and you're even.
I would
Just gotta balance
find
the budget,
yourself a good budget and pay him $300 and save
Budgeter.
yourself $700 or $800. Wow, math was always my forte, and that is embarrassing. That was simple math too.
That
So
was
here's
bad.
another guy who
That
spent
was
5 grand since launch on cartel coins.
Okay, is that
what
like a
the
one-upper
hell?
though? I think that was a one-upper.
Right?
He's like,
Trying
"Oh,
to
you
honestly
spent
maintain this.
1,100. I'm worse than you. I spent 5,000."
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. People go a little nuts with it. I've probably spent too much on it, but that's not that much.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
in
I
my
mean,
math.
if you
I'm
count up,
under 1,000. Like I'm way under 1,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too.
But I'm still
well, if you
embarrassed. I
added up
think I'm
all,
at like $300. That's embarrassing.
heck, if you added up, I think all the items actually purchased for in-game credits, to buy the cartel items, I'm probably up to about 3 or 4 grand probably.
Yeah,
That other people have spent just so I could buy off them.
exactly.
So I'm happy. I'm happy. If you guys want to keep spending your cartel coins, keep it up. That way I can have them do the cool stuff without spending any real money.
That's a lot of money. Do you know what my wife would do to me if she knew I spent 300?
Same thing my
But how
wife
long?
would do.
She
Past
would
year though,
kill
or
me. Like I'm talking, I
End
bought
of
her
your
a
life.
little 38 special, right? She would point blank shoot me in the head. I'm not kidding. And she would gladly go to prison. Don't watch
Good
this,
to know.
babe.
If that happens, we will we will know what happened to you.
My wife would be a widow, a black widow, if she ever found out that I spent $300 on this game. Anything else Reddit news wise? I think that is.
There's a big statement that came out on Reddit by Eric Musco about an exploit being used for season one ratings that needs to be brought up.
Yeah, didn't you already mention this at all, or no? Oh,
No, I
no?
didn't.
Not the,
I was
I
too busy
stated
with my
some bugs,
drink.
but um, and I'll actually quote this one. Eric Musco goes, "Hey everyone! Shortly after the start of season one, we discovered an abusive game mechanics that some players were using to quickly raise their ratings. I wanted to make a post today to explain a bit about what is happening and when. First and foremost, we have a fix for this, but unfortunately it will not be going live until our maintenance next Tuesday. You should expect that on Tuesday we will have a maintenance and a small patch to download the fix to this issue. About the players who have abused this or who abuse it between now and Tuesday, their accounts are being suspended and their ratings are being reset. We are taking our arena seasons very seriously. Anyone who is caught abusing game mechanics in order to adjust their rating in any way will be actioned appropriately. If in the future you see any actions which you believe to be an exploit or an abuse of game mechanics, please let us know. You can do this by either PMing myself or one of the other community team members. Alternately, you can alert customer service. For all of you forum goers, remember that any discussions of exploits, especially explaining how the exploit works, is a very severe violation of the forum rules and will be actioned. This can include receiving an infraction without warning, so please do not discuss any exploits in your posts/threads.
are
Thank
you
you
making
all
out
for your
with a
time.
kid?
We will continue to make sure arenas are a fair play environment where cheating is not tolerated. Eric.
Sorry. But Rhonda just made out with you. I don't know if you saw that, but
Oh, sorry.
I feel violated without even being fumbled. Wow.
No.
Did I
So
at least get? I didn't even get any benefit out of that. I'm serious.
No,
what he's
no
saying
reach
though
around,
is
no,
basically
no
that
internet.
he is not. So basically, don't talk about it, right?
Don't talk about the details. Don't tell the people how to exploit it, basically. Which,
Okay.
yeah, I think it's bullshit. I mean, yeah, I think they should crack down hard on the people trying to. I mean, ratings about
Oh
being
yeah,
the best and that
suspension
type of thing.
for. I mean, let's talk about this. In any major PvP game, if you exploit, you're not looking at it. I mean, shoot, they're in League of Legends, they're kicking people out of that game just for trolling too much, really. I mean, it's crazy that all they said was a suspension for trying to glitch the entire game to get the. I mean, because they're giving out really good prizes from what I hear at the end, correct? I mean, Talons, you were looking into that, right? I mean, they're going to be stuff that you can only get through being the top in the rating system.
Right, yeah, they're gonna have several tiers, and I mean, of course, they're not saying what it is they're giving out, but it sounds like they're gonna make it worth it.
Yeah, I don't think they've actually said what it is. Um, but I mean, these people. I mean, what could they have done? Is there an actual? So I'm not a huge PvPer or ranked PvP. Is there an actual rank that you can get and then you're done? Like it's the top rank. Does anybody know?
No, I think it could
Well,
always
No.
go higher.
based off the elos, I've like the highest I've seen is like 2400 to 2550. But I don't know exactly how perfect and high you can go
But that's
though.
what I'm
That's
saying.
just
So if they were
based off
using
elo
this
rating.
to glitch it, could they have gotten a couple points over what you could realistically get and then capitalize from that if they hadn't been paying attention?
Well, yeah, I mean, they could have brought themselves to the highest, pretty much possible tier. Let's just say around 3,000, and just not PvP'd anymore until the rewards were released, and that way they had
Exactly.
no worries of losing it.
And so
Yeah, so
so
I
like
definitely
there's
like
sorry.
saying glad that they're actually resetting them. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more, maybe a 2 week suspension, something that's really going to stop people from wanting to try this. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like they're getting rid of the entire. Okay, so that would suck for this game. Like obviously, League of Legends has a lot more people playing that game, so they can suspend pros from that game for a year for trolling too much. So like we're at a disadvantage here unless everybody's spending $1,100, you know. Then yeah, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to actually making sure that people need to do the right thing and then enforcing it. Uh, I don't I can't think of
what I
anything
hope
else
it's
to do without making them never come back.
Well, the
well, what I
thing
hope
is, go ahead, Big.
I'll say what I was going to hope it just puts more focus on them actually paying attention to the PvP matches because there's been a lot of exploits in the Old Republic that people have been able to utilize, and I I think a lot of others in the community just don't feel like there's a harsh penalty from them for utilizing that with lag
Or at
bombing
all.
and the other yeah,
There's no
if at
penalty at all
all. So
sometimes. I mean, there's people still disappearing underneath the freaking platforms in Alderaan. Or even like I watch people fall into the ground in Hutball. Just the other day, I was watching a guy like, and
that's
you're
part of
telling me,
lag.
oh, is it? Maybe it is then.
Yeah, then when your character, the screen thinks that their character keeps running, so it looks like they fall off, and you go and chase them, but they're really up there. I mean, that's part of lag. I mean, with the exploits, people might be able to, utilize that more, so it looks like it happens more. But with those ones, are kind of hard to pinpoint whether it's just lag or an actual exploit. But I mean, they're the clear ones like Void Star when people used to be able to teleport on the opposite side of the door, so that way they could defuse the bomb.
Yeah.
Things like that, and it's just like if they did it, people got a week ban, and it's like, oh well, I mean it's nothing that's going to stop them. I mean, I'd like their gear stripped, If they're going to actively run something to exploit, I'd like some harsh penalties, have their
Yeah.
credits stripped, have their gear stripped, make them, not just want to have to wait a week and then come back and then they're back on top again doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is how you were bringing up the League of Legends like way of actual banning people and all that stuff is they actually let the community actually decide people's fates. They have a tribunal thing there where high levels, like say you have to have a 55 level 55, or if you want to base it off Swotor, you have to have a level 55, blah blah blah, and then you can actually go look at what the grievances are. Like say if there's a ticket for somebody hacking, you can actually look at it and read it. And the thing is like if there's multiple times where this person did it, you can make a judgment on it. And yeah, it's either you punish them or you can forgive them. And the thing is some people when they have a bad game, or like there's they had issues with massive lag or something like that. So if they light bomb somebody and it wasn't their fault, like because maybe they're trying to play in Afghanistan, well, that sucks. Uh, but at the same time,
If
you
you're
can.
trying to play in Afghanistan, then there's an issue with our taxpayer dollars right there. Is all I'm gonna say. Like,
Well, soldiers get after hours. No.
no, I didn't when I was in
Not in
Iraq.
war, dude. Not in
You know what
war,
my
dude.
after hours were? Sitting on guard.
Mine was burning poo with diesel fuel. That was always fun.
Yeah, you're still doing that now, right?
Mm,
That's your job, right? They was
that's
the only
his.
thing they
Yeah.
found you were good
No,
at, if I remember correctly.
no, no,
No, that's
no.
just
I
how
upgraded.
he
I upgraded.
uses the facilities now. Doesn't have a toilet. He just
All right, so that's
takes a
that's
crap
it. I
and
think
has
we've
a
been.
can of.
Oh, sorry.
We're getting to toilet jokes. I think it's time to move on.
Lowbrow
Yeah, probably.
humor. Like I said last time, it won't be the last. So, 2.4.3 has been out now for a couple days. Somebody,
Yep, it's Tuesday.
A lot,
a lot of couple
a
days.
lot of. Yeah,
And so
it's like
we did
14
a
exact.
discussion on it beforehand, and now that it's back out, we just wanted to do a quick ish recap on what we've been experiencing within the raids. I think that uh, we don't have to go over the PvP side because we've kind of done that with the Reddit portion. But we got a chance to get inside of Dread Dread
Corruptor
Fortress
Zero
today,
and the Dread Fortress.
and Corruptor Zero was fixed. We were happy to see that, and we went up against him, and I think we three shot him, just getting used to the new mechanics and everything. I think it was like a two shot. Okay,
3.
Yeah, one,
it was
two.
two or
Or
three
was it 2?
shots, and I'm gonna have to
But it was
say
yeah.
that I know I'm saying it. I'm disappointed with how easy it is now. I'm
No, it's
disappointed.
not. Again, we had this discussion that night, and it's not. We basically killed him when it was the hard way. Now, of course, it's gonna seem easier, but we know the dance. We've done it so many times, and we've done it when it was impossible to do. So of course it's gonna seem easy now, but it's just like when we get to the final boss in Fortress, it's hard for us now. Once we get the dance down, though, we're gonna say the same thing.
I hear your side. I'm just
No, you don't.
I know I do. You're right. We know and we've done it, and that's nice. But I kind of miss it being that hard because it felt like we were accomplishing something. And let's see what happens in Nightmare, right? I think that's
Yeah,
because I bet you
Hmm.
Nightmare is going to be crazy.
I
yeah,
have a
definitely.
feeling Nightmare they're gonna bring the mechanic of actually having that bomb go out during the laser phase again. It's just gonna be like, well,
They'll
that
just
was
break it.
supposed to be a Nightmare mechanic, so we're just
Right.
gonna break it.
Break it again and be like, all right, now it's Nightmare.
Yeah, I love that fight. Um, well, one thing that I'd like to say about that fight too is it's still causing Torpars is still resetting, which we talked. We'll bring that up. We had an interview with the Torpars people or owners now on Tuesday before our raid, and we released that. It's going to be at 42gaming.com. Um, But what they said is one of the things they can do with these bosses that 2.4.3, and obviously it's not even looking like they're going to fix it at all. All they need to do is give them each boss a different code, which will allow the fights to be easily. If you look at their website right now, they're having a lot of trouble with seeing which fight is which. It seems like everything's ending up on the 16-man side of things. I don't know if anybody's noticed that, if they've been going to Torpars. I think they've been having a little bit of issues trying to figure out what the fights are. But
Well, correct. Yeah, that was it. Based on because each fight should have a unique ID. So when you kill a
mhm,
hard mode boss versus story mode versus 16, it should tell you in the log which type of boss it is. And with the palace and the fortress, they removed that. So pretty much anyone making logs is going to have trouble, trying to view what fight it is. The only thing they could kind of do, they said, was look at what abilities are used versus hard mode versus story mode, or maybe look at the boss's health. But again, that's
mhm.
kind of making hacks where they shouldn't have to. It's just something that Bioware overlooked, I guess, and just didn't include it.
So 2.5, hopefully we'll be able to discuss that. That's fixed. Um, Also, last I think thing that we sort of covered was the dual serendipitous assaults are now fixed. No more dual serendipitous assault procs. Sorry, guys. It
Yep.
wasn't. It should have never been that way in the first place.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing. It was not meant to be. But back to my elite war hero.
Mm-hmm. Or well, no, I wouldn't. There's a lot of other.
Well,
Well, I guess you're a healer.
that's just the one I
Yeah.
had. That's just the one I had in my my storage. So I was like, as soon as it stopped working, I was just like, just switch it
Just
out, and
throw
then
it back
I'll
on.
replace that with something better. But
Okay, so my thing for it is I'm not sure it was the best relic in the first place. I think it was people were just using it, because it was easier. You didn't have to think about popping your relic or something like that. And I'm gonna say, stop being lazy, people. Seriously, this is
Well, as a healer, as an operative healer, I was able to throw out my dots, so it would give me the triple proc on there. So I
yeah.
was able to get it proc 3 times. So yeah, then it was really useful and handy. Yeah, other people I think they just used it if they didn't have an ability and then or weren't paying attention when it was actually coming up on cooldown, so they knew to pop their big hits. Then it wasn't really uh, being used efficiently, and it probably made people's numbers a lot higher than they actually should have been. So this will be good. I mean, it's gonna make raids probably a bit harder for some guilds and for some people as well because they're used to having that extra, raid wide and extra 1,000 power, essentially every 20 seconds.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it was like you get a double proc, and then it's like, oh crap, all my big hitting heals are on cooldown. Then by the time they're off cooldown, your double proc's gone. It's like, oh well, it's a waste. So I agree. I mean, it's probably better just to control when you're getting that power boost rather than relying on a
was really
bug and just relying on a proc in general.
Well, and it
it was
might
really
actually
nice for a
increase some
lightning
people's
sword though.
DPS. I mean, Rondo was saying that for him, he uses the on-click relic, which actually increases his DPS. So hopefully, with the no longer the relics double stacking, that people actually will be able to go out and investigate some relics that might truly be able to
yeah,
help their class and their build that they're using.
yeah. I'm telling you, the poppable relic. I'm using
Boundless
even,
Ages.
yeah, the boundless aegis. I'm not even using even the 75 version of it, and I'm using the old like 72 version of it, and it was I think 50 DPS over the Serendipitous Assault. Which, I mean, you can say, well, that's not a lot, but when you're trying to get the top numbers, 50 DPS is 50 DPS. Anybody trying to hit the top numbers will tell you that. So is it the best thing for when you're just trying to not worry about anything and you don't want to care that much about your class? Sure. But if you're trying to put out the best numbers or decent numbers at all, I
Hit
mean, you gotta,
or if you're hitting in rage timers,
yeah,
once we get back and do nightmare modes again with the new operations.
yeah, 50 DPS is 50 DPS that could have killed that boss, you know?
Well, then you times it by the 4 DPS in a standard 8-man raid, so that's 200 DPS.
Yeah. All right. So anything else on 2.4.3? I think those are really the big stuff. I mean, I can't think of anything else that we really that was really important to talk about because 2.5 is coming out, and that's when we're going to see a lot of the big class changes or lack thereof. If you're a mercenary, bitter
Oh, the character
guy.
rename will. I don't know if it's worth going over. I
Oh yeah,
can
yeah.
rename my names that I wanted.
If you haven't got your name back yet because you didn't realize it, you could have gotten your name back this week if it's not something. If somebody didn't just like if they're a subscriber, you're not affected. If you're what I don't even know what the if you're not a subscriber,
It's
it's 120 days.
Yeah, if you're free to play basically and it's level 10 and you haven't logged in 60 days, then it's open. Free to play is level 30 and above. It's 120 days. Basically, all level 30 characters, no matter what, will be unaffected. For preferred, it's 180 days for level
Yeah.
30s. And below level 10, it's 90 days. And then anyone who's a subscriber doesn't have to worry about it.
Anything else? 2.4.3. I jumped the gun. All right, last and not least, Big brought something to my attention with the Cantina tour. There was an email that was written. Why don't you go over it, Big?
Yeah, well, first I wanted to thank Tour Wars for actually tourwars.com for providing the audio. They, if you want to head out to their site, they actually have the audio from the Cantina tour. Where the developers were talking about, current state of the game. One thing they had mentioned about is I think it was Eric saying that he actually had gotten an email stating about uh, I'm drawing a blank here, for the guild capital ships, meaning that still have a set time frame, but it seems like it's actually come off the wall of crazy. Which their wall of crazy means is stuff they want to implement, but nowhere near being implemented. So it's at least come off the wall of crazy and possibly in the pipes.
So I was thinking, guys, that since I'm the best single target DPS in the guild right now, Pyro Mercenary, that I think we should name our guild ship after me to show real power. And I was thinking of either Fisting Rondo or well, no, never mind. That was I meant Fist
Yeah,
of
let's
Rondo.
let's
Fists
no no no.
Fists
You were
of
right the first
Rondo.
time.
How dare
No,
you?
we're gonna go with fisting Rama. Actually, you just named our guild ship. Thank you.
I think so.
Damn it!
You heard it here first, everyone.
It's Fist of Rondo in my mind, though, or like
Well, it
Rondo's
doesn't matter.
pistol. I think I should have a legendary weapon
When
named after me, and if I can't have that, it might as well be the guild ship, Fists of Rondo.
Oh, I think the person who
No.
actually buys the guild capital ship will get to name it. Might
I
win.
am no. I am the best single target DPS in this guild, and I should be treated as such. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I already bought
Okay,
you.
by the
I already
way,
bought your drywallgram
money.
that says "I'm awesome." That's
Okay.
in the mail. You'll be receiving it tomorrow.
oh yeah,
Okay. I'm okay with
that
that.
I'll
I'll
send you one.
take that over the guild
I'll
ship
send you one
naming.
too.
But uh, also, speaking of names, I've actually heard this, saw this the other day, and it actually gave me this mildly funny idea. And it was using having an entire guild use the wealthy legacy title and calling their guild the One Percenters. That would have been hilarious. Just saying.
Dude, you just pissed Talons off, so we're gonna end the night on that.
Nice,
Talons
nice.
Talons was in the parks. Okay, so we gotta stop this right now before we get a
Yeah,
liberal
but he was just
debate
hugging the
going
tree.
on. No,
Hey, that tree needed a hug.
they were
So
pooping on the tree. He had to hug it. They were like, "Feel
right,
better. We
it was
love you."
cold. That crap was going on in December. No, never went. I wish it did though.
Okay, so after that debacle that Ignitia just brought up, we're gonna end the night. Get your lightsaber, all right? If you don't have a lightsaber, you're wrong. And if you do have a lightsaber and it's not an ultra saber, I don't even know what to say to you
You're
anymore.
wronger.
Okay? Yeah, you're even wronger. You're like Three
That's just not a
Stooges
word.
wrong. See these people right here? Big won't even show himself because it's like the Three Stooges. You're that wrong. Okay?
They should
Mine, I
call it.
think, ran out of
They
batteries.
should call it
I didn't. Damn.
the right The right saber, not the lightsaber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the right saber. Anyways, if you do want to get yourself a lightsaber, go ahead and click on our link. It's up at 42gaming.com. It is the Ultra Sabers. It just shows that we're getting their name out a little bit. So
A shout out to our friends over at tourpars.com. They're actually looking for donations. They're about 69% of their goals, so they can get some funds to help release the new version. And also, just want to say that Amazon actually has a new pet that you can get. It's actually a cool looking, almost looks like an X-wing now, that you can actually get if you buy the cartel coins from Amazon. So you can actually head over to 42gaming.com, buy your Amazon coins from your cartel coins from Amazon, and also support our podcast and get a cool X-wing.
fisticuffs. Dude, we got to do shadow boxing like that. Like the really bad. What are those like? Not companions. Those what are they? They're gray. They were the slaves for the Sith.
Retire.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the
So
retire.
they have you ever seen their really bad shadow boxing
I actually
technique?
like
Like
it.
if you click it. Oh, come on. It's like this one. It's like
Yeah, I gotta do that on my shadow. I do that every time.
anyways, have a good night. If it's red, it's dead. Happy rating. We're probably ahead of you.